I'm Jordan Hixson, graduated from Pekin in 2018, and I am a crew chief in the United States Air Force. My typical day to day as a crew chief is I go to work and I'm one of the more senior guys at work, so I'm in charge of ensuring that all of our other mechanics are properly trained in their procedures and how we operate day to day as well. I work for a very specialized mission, so I am one of the primary crew chiefs for the vice president and other senior members of Congress and members of the cabinet in the United States. We travel a lot with them, so we always have to be on our P's and Q's a lot more than other typical military positions do. So we're a lot more clean cut. So on top of training our new hires and stuff like that, it also entails with standards too. We hold ourselves to a lot higher of a standard at our job. Along with teaching all those guys this is their first time ever touching this specific airplane. So we have to teach them all the systems of the airplane because we're responsible for everything. I enlisted into the Air Force about 3 months after I graduated high school. I was a normal crew chief working on, we call them gray tail airplanes, just a typical military aircraft. Never had an interest really in the aviation industry, but once I got in there, I loved it. When I was in Pekin, I went through the career academy and I went and got my welding degree kind of as a fallback. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I was like, I'm just going to go in the military. And this seems like the right thing for me right now because I didn't want to go to college. And I knew there was something else out there for me. My military community is spread out all across the globe. I have friends that are all over the place that I know that I could call and I could rely on. For me, your community should be people that you can rely on and can always count on to be there for you when you need them. What I try to do to make the world a better place is family's a big thing for me. And like me as a supervisor, I try to give my guys as much time back with their family as possible. And for me, it's little things like that make the people around me better and they make their lives happier. And by that, then they're going to go on to do that to the next person around them. And they're just going to carry that good energy with them. The members of government that I've traveled all around the world with, they're out there trying their best to do what's best for our country and the countries around. As you can see right now, it's a kind of a trying time. A lot of unrest in the place, but the people that I work for are doing their best efforts to make it to bring a resolve to the world right now. Without them having a reliable means of transportation to go across seas, and their job wouldn't be able to happen. They wouldn't be able to meet with these senior leaders and they wouldn't be able to make the impact that they do. I try to hold a lot of that inside and to help me understand that what I do matters. One of the huge perks of what I do right now is I travel all the time. I've been to 53 different countries. I've been to 4 continents, 47 of the 50 states. As long as my aircraft is good to go and we're in the green and we're ready to fly the next day or whenever that person needs to fly again, I can pretty much go do whatever I want within certain limitations. I think the people of small town Iowa and all the small towns around, I think they need to realize that there is so much more out in the world for them other than what they know. How many people that you graduated with are still probably living somewhere around like the Ottumwa, Hedrick, Richland, Fairfield area and just doing the same thing that their parents and the parents before them did and they never left. And it's just this continuing cycle I've realized since I left. Huge airplane nerd now. My job specifically where I'm at right now is super selective hiring. So they take people from other military units and they pick people that they want to interview for it or people will apply for the job. And then they do a whole hiring board. Like I'm part of the hiring board here now because I've been here for about 4 years. Typically, you only stay here for 5 years in this assignment. So once you're at like 3 year mark, you're starting to become the senior guy. So I've been here for going on 4 now. This summer will be 4. and I just push for an extension to stay here longer because I love this job. It is
Yeah.
the best. I've done the 6 month deployments in the desert. I've done
Um,
travel around. I've been in combat areas, and I've done all that stuff. And now I'm here, and I love it. I get stability. I probably call mom at least once or twice a week. I'm the
Yes.
only one of my family that's out of the state of Iowa. My family's always been extremely supportive of everything that I've wanted to do. Pekin did a lot for me. I realized once I got out into the world that there's a lot of people that don't come from such a great place like we do. Everybody in a small town wants to complain about the small town, and they
Yeah.
say, "Oh, everybody's always in my business. Everybody knows what's going on." That small community helps build what a greater sense of community, I'd say. Give an example. How many times when we were in school was there a tornado or something, and the
Mm-hmm.
whole community just would rally behind those people to help out? That's something that a lot of the world doesn't get. And I think that's part of why I try to make other people's lives better, is because the community that I came from was all about helping each other. In all honesty, I think that I would say that Antoinette Whitrock was probably one of the best, because she came every single day with the best attitude, the best mindset. She always wanted to help everybody, and she was just probably as a positive impact to that school, was probably one of the most influential people, I'd say. Luann Akins, the guidance counselor,
Mm-hmm.
she was pretty instrumental in my coming up, because like I expressed to her all the time, like, I don't want to go to college. I don't want to do this. And she goes, okay, there's something out there for you. And she understood that there was something for everybody. She understood that college wasn't the end all be all to everybody's path. That's why she pushed the career academies, and she said, I don't care if you're going to go to college or not, you're going to apply for the financial aids. You know,
Yeah.
I think that those two people would probably be my most influential people throughout school. I don't know that I have a specific favorite memory, but I think that being a freshman in 2014 and having the football run that we did, that
Mm-hmm.
was crazy. The team that was, and it was awesome. That was a great team to be a part of, and the coaching and the leadership that I had from my upperclassmen were, I think that was probably my favorite time in high school. Either that or when I was a senior on the wrestling team, and we had all
Mm-hmm.
of our wrestling success that year and sent so many kids to state. And I would tell my 18-year-old self, reach for the stars now, but be okay with it taking a while to get there. I wanted all this right now. I didn't want to
Mm-hmm.
wait. I was like, okay, when is it going to be my turn? Know that it takes time. Trust the process all the way through. You're going to get where you're going to go. It just takes, everybody's on a different timeline. Don't measure your success against somebody else's just because they have it now. Everybody has their purpose in the world. Everybody is important. Be proud of what you have. Be proud of those around you, and just be a good person. For anybody listening, Pekin High School is the best small town school in the middle of a cornfield ever. I am super proud of where I came from, and go Panthers.